Bishop Sycamore.
Yeah,
that don't even
of Ohio.
That don't even sound legit. That don't even sound legit. So when I first heard the word Sycamore, it reminded me of a DJ mixtape I used to always listen to.
Yeah, this is DJ Sycamore.
Yeah, so I thought something was automatically up because I'm like, it ain't right. It don't sound right.
No, I just need to know like who in ESPN approved this, and I just need to know that.
I don't think no one at ESPN should be fired or anything like that, but definitely, I mean, the wildest thing that I heard was that the coach had the boys play a game like 2 out of 3 days.
Yeah,
like that's insane. Like that's why they got smoked. They're still sore and recovering. Like, and who knows the long-term damage that could cause to those guys.
Yeah,
and like you just don't know. It's crazy because for all you know, right, the decision, his heart might have been pure as in to what he wanted to do. Maybe get himself in the spotlight. Get his boys in the spotlight. Now it looks pretty bad. Now those boys' reputations might be tainted. Sound like he about to get booked. So that's crazy.
Yeah. Just to let you know, just to rehash everything, Bishop Sycamore is an alleged fake high school. They lied on ESPN to get on national television. Their coach has an active arrest warrant, and their players were in their 20s and 30s, and they lost 58-0.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah.
That's insane. So what was they like studying to get their GED?
Apparently, I'm pretty like most of them were like dropouts from like JUCO college.
Oh, okay, dang. And they still got smoked. Dudes from the JUCOs be nice.
Yeah, but I don't know, who knows, but you got to realize like IGM is like, the players who are like ready for like, to take over the storm on the next level, like in Alabama, the SEC, all that.
Did the players know that they had to know?
Yeah, they had to know.
I was going to say, like, y'all doing homework. Y'all not doing homework and y'all didn't pay for this. It's like, I hope there wasn't any tuition involved because now we got a deeper issue that we're going to really have to look into. Because now we talking about real fraud. Not only you're a fake school, you're also stealing money. What was that? Remember that movie Accepted?
Yeah.
Where they made the fake what was it? Community college, South Harmon Institute of Technology.
Yeah.
Yo, like that was so crazy. And then the freaking their acronym was SHIT.
Yeah.
Like, yo, that was hilarious. Like that actually wasn't a bad movie. Yeah. It was good. It was brilliant, but just so wrong on so many levels. Yeah. It just goes back to the pressure that young kids feel at the age of 17 to have their entire life ahead of them, especially if they didn't get into college.
Yeah, and a former player, Aaron Boyd, he told us about playing for the team because he used to be a former player there. He said we were going to
What team?
Bishop Sycamore.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, but they would say it was going to be Netflix. It was going to be an entire series. We were going to be the IGM of the Midwest, and like obviously they lied to him.
Oh.
He says we didn't go to school. We never went to school. They took us to a community library one day. I'm reading these exact quotes, what he said. It was already October. The season was about to be over. And at this point, it was like, I'm not going to school. It's like.
So he was just practicing.
Yeah.
And playing football games.
Yeah. And also, like, apparently their living arrangements, a lot of them were living in houses, but like they were sleeping on the floor.
Sheesh. That's insane. So yeah, there's definitely more to it than just that. That's what I had to think. Like, how can you be like a completely fake school? Like, where are the kids going? How are they even living? Did they provide money? Because this could really get ugly. I mean, it's sad that they made a whole movie out of this and made it a LOL. But now that this is a real life thing, there's a lot of people going down for this. Yeah, that's crazy. Sheesh.
Yeah. Anyway, we have a pretty good show today. Obviously, we're gonna lead it off with some Philadelphia Eagles news. Some cuts. Nick Sirianni officially came out and said that Jalen Hurts will officially be the starter week 1 against the Atlanta, and why he should not be the starter over Gardner Minshew. If you want to call in, Mark, drop that number.
Of course, 215-763-9596 to join the conversation.
We're also going to have Carm's Corner later, some Sixers news, apparently more issues on the Ben Simmons front here in Philadelphia as begins to brew, and also we have Jeff Bowers from the Sports Narrative calling in at 6.
Jeff.
Yeah, calling in from Texas, giving us an update about Dak Prescott, potential Deshaun Watson trade, whether or not he might or might not play this season. Deshaun Watson, yeah, it's going to be a good show. So, without further ado, let's start up with some Eagles news.
Yeah, let's go for it. So how you first off, they got down to the 53-man roster. Deadline was today at 4. Were there any surprises to you? Any names you were expecting to see get cut and weren't there?
In terms of cut, not really, but in terms of surprise cuts, number one for me is Jordan Howard. I thought that, especially after last year, I thought like because we need like a power back on like 3rd and 1s and those short downs, I thought Jordan Howard would definitely be like a shoe in to especially make the team, but he didn't.
Hold on, Jordan Howard got cut?
Yeah, Jordan Howard was cut.
Oh, when did this happen? This must have been happening while I was on the road.
This happened.
Oh man, I thought he was gonna make the squad for sure.
Yeah, no, he was cut. So the running backs now is Miles Sanders, Boston Scott, and Kenneth Gainwell, a rookie from Memphis.
Wow, that's crazy because he looked good. He looked good to me in preseason and practices and whatnot. He looked a little bit slender. That's crazy. I didn't even. Dang, that must have definitely happened while I was on the road. Dang. That's wild. What about the one that got me? It was a big shock. Was Travis Fulgham. I mean, we talked about this before. I mean, his performance that he had last year for that 1 month, that definitely felt like he deserved a roster spot for this year because last season the only reason he got that opportunity is because of Alshon Jeffrey being injured. Once Alshon Jeffrey returned back from injury, then unfortunately, Travis Fulgham lost his position. But the one thing that I like so far that it sounds like Nick Sirianni is doing is he's not naming anyone truly like number ones or this, that, and third. It's a team committee. Like everybody's going to contribute in multiple ways to help out this team. And with that being said, we saw that J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, he actually ended up making the team. And that means he must have really showed some major improvement for him to even be considered because we know how much of a dumpster fire he has been since he has been on this team, hasn't been able to do too much. We thought he would be the heir apparent to Alshon Jeffrey, and he has not been able to yet.
I mean, he kind of is so far with his inactivity, so.
Well, if you look at it like that, then yeah, he is. But I'm talking about from production-wise. You got a big body wide receiver, big target, 6'4", 6'3" type guy, big target in the end zone and in the red zone. So I don't know. Maybe he's made those steps. When I was listening earlier, it sounds like he might have made some steps on the special teams. That's something that he didn't play like in the years past for him. So we'll see. Yeah. But that was one of my shockers. Definitely Travis Fulgham being cut.
Yeah, because in week 4 and week 8 of last year, he was ranked the number 1 fantasy football wide receiver.
Right.
Ahead of guys like DK Metcalf and Devontae Adams. So
right.
I thought that, with a new system, with Sirianni coming in and trying to understand like everybody's, play to everybody's strengths, I thought like, Fulgham would be a shoo-in, especially him showing that he can perform against not only top corners, top young corners, but also top defense as well, like he showed against Baltimore and Pittsburgh last year. But you know
what also happened though that we kind of didn't really expect. We didn't really expect the emergence of Quez Watkins.
Yeah,
we didn't expect that. Hightower, did he make the team?
No, he got cut as well.
He got cut too. Dang, this must have just happened while I was on the road. But yeah, just to give you an example, like nobody really expected us to exactly go for a wide receiver because we've dropped the ball on that multiple times, and then the emergence of Quez Watkins. So that's why, unfortunately, right now it looks like Travis Fulgham is going to get the short end of the deal. But I think they're going to bring him back on the practice squad.
Yeah, if he clears waivers.
Yeah, he should. But
But then again, you got plenty of teams who are like pretty deprived of wide receiver right now. Like a team like New England, who really hasn't had a lot of luck when it comes to wide receivers. Maybe they might take a flyer out on him. Or Detroit. Detroit really doesn't have that much in the wide receiver room.
Seattle never really has wide receivers.
They got Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf. They're fine.
I mean, come on. We can't tell. We can't tell.
We can't.
What do you mean? We can't tell. We can't tell. It's because it seems like Russell Wilson never really has any major weapons.
Stop.
I'm talking about in the past.
Stop.
In the past. They still could use a little bit more.
My God, stop it.
No, they still could use a little bit more.
No, stop it.
All right. Hey. To each his own.
Anyway, welcome back, Carm.
Yo, what up, Carm?
Hey, everybody.
What's going on?
Just want to say the city of Philadelphia is like I don't know. I mean, I guess it's back to school today.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And it's like
Thursday at school.
insane out there. Like I wasn't expecting it to be like my usual commute here is like, of course I'm always cutting it, but it's never like how it was. It was like back to back, like from my house all the way down here. I was just like, what the heck?
It was even wild for me.
It was crazy.
It never takes me this long to get down here. I was sick. And then it's crazy because the little ducky block I park on, there was like almost no parking.
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa, what's going on here? Like, then I'm like, oh, the Temple students are like back. Like
Temple students are back. There's literally a school right across the street from your park. So
yeah, so it makes sense because, you know, the majority of time we were doing the show was during the pandemic. So there's parking everywhere. So over here, essentially, it's like everything's back. And that's one thing I did not enjoy when I was a student here at Temple was the parking situation. Used to get a lot of tickets.
Yeah, well, I'm back. I, was on hiatus.
Welcome back. You all
had
golden.
a birthday.
You all golden.
Just passed y'all.
Mm-hmm.
And shout out to Warren for wishing me happy birthday on Facebook. Very nice of you, Warren.
You cheesing.
And I had a great birthday, I have to say. It was a good time. Took a little quick trip to Viva Las Vegas. Okay, little quick trip.
So your fans have been listening to you. Your fans have been listening to your cries on the airwaves.
Stepped up, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Oh, all right. They should have.
My friend showed me a good time. So it was fun.
Okay.
It was fun.
I was going to say, because on the Insta, you was definitely solo.
No, I was there with a couple friends.
No.
I was.
No. The Vegas trip?
On the Vegas trip.
Yeah,
I was there with two of my homegirls at Penn State.
Yeah.
And one of them had their boyfriend with them.
Okay.
And then it was me.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I just remember when I went to NOLA, all the stuff that I got into. You know what I'm saying? Carm was airing me out like, oh, I don't see no pictures with the bros. Who you go with?
I'm like, you just taking the pictures of the food with the cropped off, like
right. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, I mean, my friends are not really social media friendly. They want to stay off the socials.
I know what that means.
Yeah.
Do you and your friends y'all follow each other on the socials?
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course we do.
Oh, just no tagging.
No tagging. Exactly. I mean, I had a great time.
Good.
Birthday was definitely lit. I know on my birthday here in Philly was rainy and like muggy and dark, and I was in straight sun.
You won any money?
No, I didn't win any money. I didn't really gamble. I honestly was like, I got there Sunday morning. I left Tuesday at like 5 a.m.
Oh, okay.
So
Where'd
it
you
was a
stay?
very quick trip. I stayed at the Mirage.
Oh, okay. That sounds nice.
Yeah, it was nice. It was
you
honestly.
You get mugger if you stay there.
It was nice. It was fun.
You go to Dreas?
Yeah. Well, no, I didn't go to Dreas. I went to Aria.
Okay.
And then
the pool day party.
Yeah. I went there for dinner. This place called Catch. And then for a day party, I went to this place called Stadium, which was like this newer day party drawn. I wasn't gonna go to Drace, but Stadium was newer and it kind of was like more of a vibe, I felt.
Word.
So I went there. And it was fun. It was like more chill. I was definitely lit. So I missed you guys. I'm glad to be back.
Yeah, welcome back.
And now we in football now. Basketball is kind of in the back burner. And so, obviously we have some hot topics, but I'm happy to be back and I missed y'all. So
let's get it. Well, welcome back, Carm. We missed you too.
Thanks, guys.
Welcome back.
Yeah, welcome back. We're glad, your training camp is over. We're glad you made, your
coming down to the final cuts.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say any final decisions have been made. The season hasn't started yet,
but
I would say, it's just, some things are progressing.
Have you named the starter yet?
No, I haven't actually. So it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard out here.
How many players on the team currently? How many members are on the roster?
I mean, the special few should not be named or numbered.
Few.
So
that means more than one.
That means three. F-E.
Oh, stop it.
Okay.
F-E-W.
Yeah. So
stop it.
Hey, man.
Right. So since you've already given them enough pointers onto how to make your birthday just completely lavish, what are some ways that the few can jock into position to be the one for this upcoming 21 cupping season?
We're gonna talk about the DDC, dedication, determination, consistency. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Thoughtfulness. I give it a T too. You know what I'm saying? I like that kind of stuff.
The DDCT. Okay.
DDCT, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Dedication.
Fellas, take notes. This is listen, she not lying. Take notes, fellas. This is what you got to do.
I'm giving y'all pure raw game right now. This is stuff you can't buy.
Facts.
You can't buy this.
Secure your position at the cupping season.
Everybody take notes. Warren, take notes.
Oh, that's
stop it,
messed
Chris.
up. You ain't have to do that.
Stop my boy Warren.
I mean, that's my homie though. So
that's crazy.
Yeah,
not on the airways. Dang.
Maybe when
the mic cut off and the YouTube cut off.
Hear that? What'd I say?
Oh wow. Oh, anywho, what were you asking, Carm?
Nah, I just said, we back at it.
Yeah,
That's it.
we at it.
How y'all been? How's everything been over here?
Cool, just living life, catching vibes. That's same stuff over here.
How was your B-Day, Mark?
It was fantastic. It was
Yeah?
wonderful. It was great. It was a good time.
The Marcus celebration?
Yeah, Chris was there. He had a great time.
Did you, Chris?
Yeah.
Chris had a ball.
Did you bag any biddies? I know there was some eligibles there. I know
There weren't few
Mark
eligibles
is
there.
a very couples friendly place.
Yeah, there weren't few
there weren't.
eligibles.
Mhm.
Nah.
Nah. The one that he thought was like really cute, he asked me about. She's happily married.
Oh crap! Dang,
Yeah.
Chris,
It's okay.
It's all
Hey.
good.
get him
Yeah.
next time.
There actually no, there was a few singles there. It just depended on what section of the house she was at, where they was.
Just to say, Mark Thompson's house is always like couple central. Like you want to go
Not
someplace
my
in a couple.
house.
Your where Mark lives is like couples
The,
one on
the
one.
community.
The community is like
Right.
It's just
my
straight
crib,
couples.
right. My crib is a vibe. I don't need that kind of negativity over here. Like every time like things go down at my crib, it's a Mark Thompson production and it's always a vibe. So you can talk about the people who live within the community, but at my crib, it's not coupled up. We
I'm
be
sorry.
vibing. We have
Okay,
mad
I'm sorry.
fun.
You're
but,
right.
but you're right. The people within the community, they are the ones that yes, they are.
No, it was a good time. Shout outs to one of the people in the community. I'm like, I see you. I'm not going I'm not going to shout his name out. You know who he is.
Community. Yeah.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not gonna ask. I'm
But
just
it
gonna
was
leave it alone.
it was a great time. There was plenty of food, plenty of alcoholic beverages, nice vibe, good amount of people. A lot of people came out and showed support for your boy. So it was very wonderful. I had people traveling far and wide just to come hang with me. So it was
I'm
great.
not surprised.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I'm that guy.
Yeah.
Just want to take that moment.
Then
to say
Flip
that.
Cup happened.
Flip Cup happened. Flip Cup was a vibe. Was playing spoons. That was a vibe. Like it was just fun.
Oh no, Flip Cup was not a vibe. It got
Oh
real,
yeah,
it got,
I was done.
it got
by that
real
point.
it got real fast. People got traded, then they felt some type of way after getting traded.
Hey,
Like,
then perform.
yeah.
Perform.
Yeah,
Oh,
y'all.
but like it was like a round 2 of how we did freaking cornhole.
Nah, not really because it was raining. So this time, like almost everybody was in my house
mean-
versus last time where it was separated and had some people outside. So it was cool. It was a great time.
That's good.
The next one I'll let
I
you
need
guys
y'all to
know.
never do that again.
Which one?
Cornhole.
Oh,
I need y'all to
it's-
never take.
That was fun.
It's in the past. It was
Yeah.
all for entertainment.
Okay, I'm about to say like
It
because
was for entertainment purposes. I'm glad everyone was pleased. and that's how a Mark Thompson production is. You will be entertained.
Mark will put on a show.
You will be entertained.
honestly the whole thing just reminded me of the episode of SpongeBob where they had that talent show where it's like you was like Squidward, like no matter what you do, like they were just waiting for your downfall. And then like
I
Carm
know.
came in and just like sweeped
I
up, and they
know.
were like,
I know, right? Right. She became the hero.
It was fun.
Yeah, good times.
Yeah.
But I'll keep you guys informed if we have another shindig at the shindig.
Copy that.
Mhm.
absolutely. And once again, you listen to 98.5 WJYN and Run the Best Sports Show, Sports for the Culture. Want to call to join the discussion? Mark, get that call number.
Of course, 215-763-9596.
If you want to talk Eagles, we're here for you. Want to talk culture stuff? We're here for you. Want to talk about Kanye's latest album? We can definitely do that. Kendrick's new single? We can definitely do that.
It's crazy because you were so hyped for that Kanye album. Super hyped. That one was
Yes,
booty.
I was.
We can talk about it now.
Donde?
We might as well. It's booty.
Donde?
That one was
Don,
booty.
it was first of all,
Donde?
don't disrespect down the
She
west
don't
side.
speak Spanish. So, anywho.
Listen, I'm Puerto Rican. Okay, I can say Spanish. Speak Spanish if I want.
I don't speak Spanish. But nah, that joint was weak, bruh. That was like the worst hour. I think it was like, well, how long was that joint? It was like, I
He had
just
a
know it
lot
was
of
like
songs, right?
27 tracks.
Yeah.
That joint, it just wasn't it for me. I mean, I'm not going to say
I
it was the
don't
worst.
count. It's 26. I don't count the down the chant.
Oh, okay, yeah. Like, I mean, I'm not going to like, wish bad on someone's artwork, but I'm just going to say it didn't hit for me. I went through, listened to it. I don't think I will be going back and listen to it again. For me personally, I enjoyed maybe about 5 tracks on there, and that's pretty much it. I mean, now I'm just waiting for CLB September 3rd. That's all I'm waiting for. I already know that's going to be a banger.
Certified lover boy.
I already know that's going to be a banger.
Okay.
So, Chris, did you like any songs off the album?
Yeah, I did.
What songs did you Favor.
I did like the Lauryn Hill mix. Believe what I say.
That joint was solid.
I did like Jail. I like Moon.
Jail was terrible.
Okay. Agree to disagree.
Chris is like, meh.
Hurricane was fire.
Up.
Okay.
You don't like Hurricane?
No, I said okay.
Oh, I was gonna say. Like, what do you mean? That's probably like the best joint.
It's a
on the
Lauryn
whole
Hill
joint.
joint. I'm gonna have to listen to that one.
Yeah,
What's it
it's
called?
called Believe What I Say.
Believe what I said. Anything of Lauryn Hill, I'm gonna take a listen. That's my girl.
Yeah.
Wait, you mean the one the sample that? No,
Yeah,
Lauryn Hill's not really on it.
Yeah, no, it's just a
It's
sample.
just a sample.
It's a sample.
Oh, it's just a sample.
No, she's
Yeah.
not on it.
Oh, okay. Well, she sings, so it's one of her songs, like sampled.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I bet.
it's actually I can get into it for a second. It's actually at the end of draft day. Remember when Drake talks trash and says, "I'm gonna leave a little room so y'all can loop it" at the end? Kanye actually took his advice
Huh.
and he looped the beat.
Okay.
Anywho, but yeah, continue, Chris. My bad.
Yeah. No, but overall, I enjoyed it. It's definitely a step up from his Jesus is King album dropped a few years ago. But then again, that's not really saying much considering that was probably his worst album he ever dropped. But
I never listened to that.
oh no, I did. It was worst 48 minutes of my life. Just terrible.
So
But
you're a real Kanye fan.
yeah, I am. But overall, I give it a 7.5 out of 10.
I liked hold on. I like okay part 2. That was fire.
Yeah.
Is that the one with Shinsia? I love Shinsia. I think that's the one.
Yeah.
Or it might be the other John.
I gotta listen to it. But yeah, you're right. It's one of those things where it's like a couple of those songs I'll go back to, but overall as an album, I'm not gonna go back at it consistently.
That's what I'm saying.
Production wise, Kanye always does a great job production wise, but overall it was an okay album.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna sit here and say like it's hot garbage like everybody else, and then like I'm not gonna be like a super stan and say like this is the greatest album that's ever made. I'm like, no, far from it.
It's crazy because like after that album, I went back and just listened to Life of Pablo, and I loved Life of Pablo.
Yeah,
that joint was so good to me.
Mark is reminiscent. You can see it in his face. He's
I
going
know
back
because
to that
Kanye used
moment.
to be my guy.
He's
He's
like,
just
wow,
been
the Life of Pablo.
seriously.
Those are the days.
Even my Dark Twisted Fantasy, like oh my god,
best album of his catalog.
most likely it's debatable.
But the thing about, here's the thing about albums. I feel sometimes when you listen to albums, you might go to an album for like one song or two songs, like the standout songs. But then when you go back times later, you realize you really like most of the album. Like the Kehlani album, Everything Was Fine Till It Wasn't. That was like her most recent album. I like two songs off that, and I always used to play it on my iTunes. But as of recent, I've like let the album play. And I realized I like most of the songs on that album, all those. So, like honestly, I would say 80% of the songs I like, and I listen
maybe you're
to.
just a Kehlani fan. Though.
I am a Kehlani fan for sure,
okay.
but I'm
What's
saying,
wrong with it?
and initially I just didn't think, I wasn't paying attention to the whole album. I just wanted my songs.
Yeah,
But then when I really gave it a chance, I'm like, yo, these songs are bangers.
Yeah.
So sometimes albums can kind of come back, and you might feel differently later.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's how
we're
I felt.
saying one of them.
Yeah, no, but that's how I felt about when a few years ago when Yeezus dropped. I only took the only songs I really liked was Blood on the Leaves. But then when I started listening to his album again, I'm like, okay, New Slaves definitely hit. Black Skin.
Oh, New Sleeves always hit.
Yeah.
So Mark, do you have an album that's like that you thought was trash and now you like?
That I thought was poo poo, but now I like. Nope.
So everything you ever just initially didn't like, you just don't like.
Yeah.
Because Mark is like a one, to the ear listener.
I don't need multiple listens and let things grow on me. If it don't catch me the first time, that's it. I'm good. So.
Yeah. Overall, down it was okay. I still enjoy. To me, my favorite album that dropped this year was Tyler the Creator's Once.
Oh, I'm so out of touch with music. I haven't. It's so hard for me to get into. Even though Tyler the Creator's not a new artist, but these new artists, it's so hard for me to get into because I feel like they don't really have passion anymore when it comes to making music. I feel like they just found the formula, and now everybody's out here getting money, which ain't nothing wrong with that. Everybody go eat, do what you're supposed to do. But something that literally changes my mood. I can be in a down mood. I want some Sade or something, some quality R&B, just good, feel good music. And next thing you know, my spirits are lifted. But first off, they don't be talking about nothing. Back in the day, it was cool to be selling drugs. They was rapping about selling drugs, not using drugs. It's the complete opposite. So that's why people be all, perked up, syruped up, Like, no, like it's still music is still a big influence. Don't get it wrong, it's still a big influence. I just can't really get into these new artists, so I just kind of stick in my lane. I stick with the guys that came in. What was it, like the 2010 class? You know, like your Drakes, your Kanye's, Kendrick. I'm not putting them in the class. I'm just saying who I talk to.
Okay,
Relax your face. Drake's still better. You know, like Jay-Z, Nas, like Kendrick, J. Cole. I still fool with Big Sean. Like I fool with those guys.
Ugh.
You seen his face get all scrunched up? Because I mentioned like
Chris is taking it personal.
98.5 WJYN Running Back Sports Show. Hello?
Hello. Good afternoon.
Oh.
see, that's Kanye playing on the
Okay.
phone. It's Kanye
Yeah, but
playing
I
on-
get what you're saying. Like, it's hard to get into artists that are like, you know, with the last 5 years or so. You know what I mean? Or 8 years. This is kind of like,
The only one I like is Lil Baby.
Lil Baby. I just love how it's Lil Baby, Baby, Da Baby. Like, it's just so many babies.
Yeah, baby.
Right.
Right? Like,
Just
I love it. I
young
love
baby.
it.
I'm surprised ain't a young baby yet. Is there a young baby?
No.
Baby, Lil Baby, Da Baby.
Right.
Moneybag Yo,
NBA Young Boy.
NBA Youngboy. Who else? Core. He's been out.
I have no clue who this guy
Core?
is.
He's
Nope.
a Philly rapper.
Nope, never heard.
My little brother tells me he's the guy to listen to. Core.
Oh, word. Okay.
Mhm.
I got actually. I'm
Even though
gonna
he's
holler
been
at
out
the
for a
young
while,
boys.
Baby Keem also.
Right. Oh yeah, Baby Keem.
Who? Oh, I just heard him for the first time the other day, with on that Kendrick track.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm just waiting for that album.
We'll see.
We need new Kendrick.
We don't, but we'll see.
Kendrick is cool. I don't know. I'm not
I like Kendrick. I'm not crazy about him.
But you know, I'm not really like a hard. Like I don't listen to rap albums like through. You know what I mean? I will listen to a Drake album through. I'm more like R&B, you know, pop. You know what I mean? Kind out through. I don't really listen to rap all the way through.
I feel you.
I like rap, but like, you know what I mean? I'm not like, yeah, man, waiting for these bars. Like I might like I might listen to like J. Cole. Like J. Cole album, I'll listen to it. You know what I mean? The whole thing or Drake. But anybody else, I'm just like looking for bangers.
I feel that. I feel that. I agree with that a lot. I'll listen to new R&B before I listen to like any new rap.
Okay.
Like the last album, true rap album that I really listened to, like all the way through and knew all the songs, is probably like What a Time. Drake and Future.
Oh, that was so long ago.
I know. Like the last time I really loved.
What about Views?
No, I'm saying, well,
Everybody knew every track off
anything
Views.
anything Drake, I'll listen to.
Right,
But I'm
right,
saying like
right.
like a combo, like a Future who's just like a rapper. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Type vibe.
I get
Drake
you.
is like, you know, he's like a cultural.
No,
like
he's still a rapper,
No,
though.
he is, but you know, it's different though. Drake is in a different category than
Well,
Future.
yeah, he's in a class of
his own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he don't get it twisted though. He still rap.
No, for sure.
That's why Kanye was sweating and dropped the album early. He wanted to get it out before CLB.
I definitely
But-
want to. I'm definitely excited to hear that one.
I can't wait. It's gonna be amazing. Ain't nobody gonna be listening to Kanye Jones next week.
Okay.
So, Chris wanna throw hands. You should see the way he's looking at me
mean,
over the
you-
joint.
Chris is like, listen,
Right.
man.
I'm just saying that
Talk
album
crap.
better not be mid.
Drake has Drake ever put out anything mid?
Yes.
No, he hasn't.
What's mid, Frederick?
He can't. He not.
What
He
album
not
would
really.
you say? What album would you say is Drake's like
He not really
bottom album?
like a bottom album,
Yeah,
and it's not even an album, and it's
or
still
mixtape.
better than a lot of people's
Which
stuff.
one?
More Life.
More Life.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But it's still pretty good. If we're
I can't think
if we're
of-
comparing it Drake to Drake, not Drake to anyone else. That's at this point. At that point, that's where we're at when it comes to Drake. For real.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That More Life is the one with the green background, right?
Nah, that's when he's like, it's like his dad writing on the cover.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's what I mean. It has quality songs on there. It's just I don't choose to often go back to that one first.
Right.
I still go back to it. Yeah. That's all.
That's it.
That's all.
That's all.
So, all right, let's talk about the Eagles. All right, so we're gonna dive back in. So, of course, the Eagles made some cuts. We're about 2 weeks,
Yeah.
a week and some change away from opening night.
Yeah.
So sorry.
Go ahead.
The Eagles. So y'all didn't know this. The Eagles had 28 cuts to make.
Yeah.
I like that number 28. And
Wow.
they went from 81 to 53. And although we've made some significant cuts, and I think what we talked about earlier was the Fulgham thing. That was like the big. I was shocked by that. Only because last year he was our leading receiver. So it's just like, what? And then J-Jaw, whatever crap his name is.
J-Jaw.
J-Jaw. He like, okay, look, I looked this up because I had to, because I was like kind of like really surprised. Last year, Travis Fulgham led the team in receiving yards and had 539 yards, right? J-Jaw. I'm cracking myself up.
J-Jaw.
J-Jaw. Okay, look. He last season, okay, so just going off points. J-Jaw last season had 8 points last season, okay? Kept him. Fulgham had 24 points. Cut him. Okay? So besides that, the thing with all this is in the receiving yards for last year, where was J-Jaw at? Like, where was his percent? Where was his number? Where was his range? Can anyone tell me that?
Who? For who?
For J-Jaw.
I mean, he apparently made like a lot of improvements. Of course, we've seen him catch that touchdown in the preseason game, and he's even expanded his special teams play. So I feel like that's where it is. But like, let's not act like he's really going to be on the field like that, because Zach Ertz is still on this team. So I mean, as long as he's still on this team, we're going to use him. It's not like Zach Ertz is going to be benched. Dallas Goedert is tough. We can finally see what Jalen Reagor is going to do. Like, there's so many more options that are going to get run and burned before JJ Arcega-Whiteside. So I don't stress yourself too much. I mean, and the case could be the same for Travis Fulgham as well. I think at that moment, what happens with us in Philadelphia, and I get it, we all fall in love with someone who's a hard worker and just balls out. And that's what he did last year, Travis Fulgham, and we liked him. I mean, hence why Greg Ward was on the team for so many years. Hence why Boston Scott is still on the team. So, I mean, he played well. So it's a little bit of sentimental value that we have for him because he actually produced on a consistent basis during that time period. Versus JJ Arcega-Whiteside, it's still a nasty taste in our mouth because DK Metcalf was on the board and we didn't go get him. And then DK Metcalf is one of the best young wide receivers under the age of 25 who's going to lead the future, and we're stuck with JJ Arcega-Whiteside. I mean, some people could still be upset about some people could still be upset about the Jalen Reagor draft pick when Justin Jefferson was on the board, and then he comes in his rookie year, breaks some Randy Moss records. Like, you in the same sentence as Randy Moss. Like, a lot of people are still butthurt about that, unfortunately. So when it comes to...
I'm over it.
You're over it?
Yeah.
Fair. That's fair. So when it comes to, if you have to choose between Travis Fulgham and JJ Arcega-Whiteside, I mean, based on the type of weapons that we currently have, who knows the impact that those guys might have truly made. At this point, all you can pray for the Philadelphia Eagles is health. That's all you can pray for.
But I mean, coming out of camp, coming out of the preseason, everyone is pretty much healthy for the most part. I mean, some people are still...
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, and it's crazy because
we do have a caller. 98.5 WJYN Running Back Sports Show.
Yo, Chris, what's the word?
Hey, what's up, Warren? How's it going?
I can't complain. I can't call it. A couple things I wanted to address in last week's episode. Number one, SummerSlam was not a good pay-per-view. Other than like 2 matches, the rest of the show was pretty piss poor. I like the Seth Rollins and Edge match. I wish Seth Rollins won. Roman Reigns beating John Cena was hilarious. You guys are finally going to give her to Ben Simmons. I don't know why New England released Cam Newton. I was really surprised about that.
You said Cam Newton?
Yeah, I'm shocked by that.
I'm not.
I mean, he should have probably gotten vaccinated. Let's address the elephant in this room. But I just didn't. I thought he played well enough to keep a job in New England. But I also knew the moment he violated that protocol, I was like, it's kind of, he lost his job. But I didn't think he was going to get released. But I mean, it's better to release him, unfortunately, than have him be a backup where you don't have him mentally locked in to be a benefit to your team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but for the Cam news, it was, to me, just the COVID protocols and everything else going on in that postseason. The COVID excuse was just for them to justify, cutting Cam Newton and let Mac Jones start. Because as soon as I saw Mac Jones get picked for New England, I already knew that Cam was already on borrowed time. Even with all the free agent acquisitions that they made, them getting tight ends, them getting most of their defensive starters back, after they opted out of COVID. And more importantly, it's like Belichick now, like he doesn't have to readjust and, change his entire offense to cater to Cam Newton anymore. He can go back to doing what he wants, running the 12 personnel, yards after catch, and he has a legitimate pocket passer like he did with Tom Brady and Jimmy Garoppolo to run his system. He doesn't have to alter his entire game plan and alter his system for a running quarterback in Cam Newton.
No, I understand that, and also they have a running by committee, kind of like the Baltimore Ravens. So they don't have to use. They wouldn't have to use if Cam was still there, they wouldn't have Cam basically kill himself like he was doing last season. I honestly thought that when they got the weapons, I thought that they were going to give Cam this season. I truly thought they were going to give him this. I knew Mac Jones was going to be the starter, for the next decade or so. I had no qualms with that. Obviously, they picked him in the first round. My whole belief was they were going to give Cam Newton the start of the season, see how he works out, see how he pans out. He didn't play bad in the preseason. He had weapons around him. The defense is going to be really good this year. They have a running game now. I thought, okay, let's see how you do, especially against, the first couple of games of the season. I was like, all right, these are winnable, when things get a little difficult or when they feel like they've seen enough out of Cam, you go to Matt. But for them to release him, I was like, whoa.
See, what's up, Warren? It's Mark, by the way. See,
hey, Mark.
What's up? So for real, it really came down to. I think it came down to the whole COVID thing, because if you look at what Mac Jones played against, he played against third and fourth stringers. He wasn't playing against the starters at all. So playing against the third and fourth stringers shouldn't necessarily be enough for the eye test to tell you okay, this is my starting guy over Cam Newton. So there were already unfair reports coming out about how Cam Newton was too focused on listening to rap music and dancing. So when I saw that, I knew it was only a matter of time. It doesn't matter what he did at that point. And then just the whole COVID thing, that was the straw that broke the camel's back. So I don't think it's a situation where Cam can't actually play and Mac Jones legit beat him out. I think it just goes down to more what's happening with COVID in general. That's why you see why a lot of teams are putting so much emphasis on the fact that they're 100% vaccinated, or, guys getting in trouble for not being vaccinated, a la Carson Wentz at this moment. So that's what I think it was all about.
Yeah, I see. That was my whole thing. I felt like once he violated the protocol, they kind of viewed him as unreliable and untrustworthy.
Yep.
Because, the availability factor. I think they probably believe that Cam is probably better than Mac Jones at this present point. But it's also well, what if you catch COVID? Or what if you're around people with COVID? You're going to miss 2 weeks. And then we're scrambling to find a quarterback. And I guess they felt like, well, our rookie's already fully vaccinated, so he's more likely to be available the whole season as opposed to a man that won't and continues to not get vaccinated despite catching it last year.
Mm-hmm.
So, obviously, I think that was really the main catalyst. I don't think it was his play. I don't think it was professionalism. By all accounts, he was seen as a professional and a true teammate to his Patriots. I do think it just came down to COVID's real. You're not taking it seriously. We got to find someone to take it seriously. And it's unfortunate, but, that's how the way football goes. And I know people are like, well, what about DeAndre Hopkins? DeAndre Hopkins is the top 5 wide receiver in the league. They're going to kiss his butt to keep him around. They don't want to piss off DeAndre Hopkins because that's security blanket. So it's kind of like, it's very unfortunate. I don't know where this goes next for Cam. I think Cam, honestly, he might be done. He just might be done. I don't ever see him regressing to a backup role. I think he's done. I truly do.
I wouldn't call it this soon. We haven't even played week 1 of the regular season. Unfortunately, the one thing about football and something that's been hindering the Eagles for so many years are injuries. So you never know what can happen. So with that being said, I don't think he's done this season quite yet.
I mean, I think if people get hurt, yeah, that opens up the door. But if he's just trying to, basically thinking, he's basically starter or bust. I don't see Cam naturally accepting a backup role. It's not in him. It's never been in him. He's been used to being a star since Auburn, and I don't think that changes for him.
Yeah, but I mean, hey, Warren. Hi.
Hey, how was your birthday? Hey.
It was good. Thank you for wishing me happy birthday. I appreciate it. I shouted you out at the beginning of the show. I was like, shout out to my guy Warren who wished me happy birthday. So thank you.
I didn't get a chance to hear that. I appreciate that.
Of course. But my birthday was fun. But back to your point, I agree with you. Cam is used to being a star, but at this point, I think I saw something Cam put on Instagram, like, don't feel sorry for me and all the stuff he was saying. And it's like, at this point, Cam just need to get, he just want to get paid. He just want to play. Like, I think it's like a pride thing for him. Like, yeah, I think it is proud to be hurt to be second string, but I think him just being out the league after him trying to make this comeback, like this whole narrative on that, I think it will be, I don't think he want to go out like that. Like, I think he would rather like trying to prove people wrong and kind of just, take it back, you know what I mean, than just kind of be done. You know what I mean? I don't know if he's willing to kind of hang it up yet.
Yeah. The scenario where I could probably see Cam ending up is probably with his old coach Ron Rivera. I mean, their quarterback.
They were saying that Washington, right?
Yeah, Washington. Yeah, their quarterback room's like nothing all impressive. It's Ryan Fitzpatrick and Taylor Heineke and Kyle Allen, who's also a former Carolina Panther as well. So if Cam still has another potential shot of being on an NFL roster, probably has to be Washington. Outside of that, I really don't see anywhere else.
I mean, you never know. I mean, the teams who could be looking at Deshaun Watson might be looking at Cam at a much cheaper price right now. I mean, for all you know, Watson might not even play this year, so I wouldn't be shocked if the Texans looked into it. Yeah,
Houston,
Miami. Don't be surprised.
Nah, not
Miami, Philadelphia.
No, not here. We don't need that noise.
Right.
We got Gardner Minshew. We're fine.
We're good. And Howie just said he's secure with his quarterbacks. He just said this less than an hour ago after they made the cuts.
I hate him.
Minshew mania.
We don't have time for that.
Chris is honestly crazy.
Oh yeah.
This is gonna be his new thing. The first it was Quirkwise, now it's gonna be this guy.
And he's just gonna drive me crazy every week.
Day. So I'm like, yeah, man. If anything happens to Jalen, you know where to go.
It's fans like that makes Philadelphia just so undivided.
Minshew me. I'm buying his jersey.
Minshew mania, baby. Get on the train now for the pulls out of the station. Right, Chris?
Yeah, I'm just saying. Listen, if we need our season saved, and Minshew says, don't get on the wagon now. I love the station.
yeah, Mark. Don't get on the wagon when it's too
Why
late.
would I get on the wagon? I'm good. If Jalen Hurts is that bad to the point where Gardner Minshew has to start, then it is what it is. I don't think he will be. I don't think he will be at all.
I just like to play because you know how he is with Quirkwise.
I know, but there's people in this city who actually want to see Gardner Minshew play because they're not sold on Jalen Hurts. That's why I'm like,
I don't
please.
understand why everyone is so down on Jalen Hurts. Like, let that man play. Like, what is the problem? He got drafted when Carson was the QB, and people were like, Carson, felt so butthurt about it. He wanted to trade and all this crap and all this nonsense going on. Let this man play. Like, we've been through crap. I mean, can I say the E double hockey six word? We've been through hell and high water, like with this Jalen crap.
The list is right next to you, by the way.
Oh yeah, okay. We've been through hell and high water with this crap. So it's like, just let the man play. Like, what is it? Let it go.
Anyway, Warren, anything? Sorry about that, Warren. We forgot about you. Anything you want to say before we let you go?
Go Bears.
Go Bears.
The Bears.
All right, Warren. As always, thanks for calling in, man.
Bye, Warren.
Appreciate y'all.
All right.
See ya.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying about Jalen, though? It's like, I don't understand truly what people's problem is.
They're crazy.
Philadelphia fans, it's like, we have the situation. This is what it is.
Okay.
People you can't accept.
Okay. All I'm saying is this. Gardner Minshew was drafted in 2019. Out of four of the high-end quarterbacks were taken. It was Kyler Murray, Daniel Jones, Drew Lock, and Dwayne Haskins, who's still struggling to. I believe he's the backup quarterback now for the Pittsburgh Steelers, but Gardner Minshew has the highest QBR out of all quarterbacks during the 2019 draft, even higher than Kyler Murray. The same yards per game thrown as Kyler Murray, a higher touchdown percentage rate than Kyler Murray, and a lower interception rate. And this was all in Jacksonville.
So he's the second coming.
That's right, baby.
Okay. All right. Well,
Listen,
well, you know what? Get Jalen out of here then, Chris.
no.
Since he's the
Listen.
second coming.
We all know.
Minshew mania. Here we
We
go.
all know here in Philadelphia, we love our backup quarterbacks more than we actually love our starters.
No.
So I'm just getting this started before this starts brewing
No,
over.
Philadelphia just loves characters. Like he's a character.
Yeah, man,
That's the
Chris
problem.
is ahead of the
They don't-
curve.
they
yeah,
don't
no,
like
I'm
players.
ahead of the curve. I'm already listen, man. You in week 1, I'm in week 8. Minshew mania, baby.
You guys are insane. And Sirianni said he's going to be the third right now.
It's okay. He's buying his time.
Yeah.
Chris is ahead of the curve.
I don't
people.
know why the city hates Justin Hurts so much. It's insane.
Jalen Hurts. You can't even pronounce his name.
I
Right.
know. That's
Mark
I was
is
thinking about
sick.
something else.
No, I mean honestly, it's ridiculous at this point. Like season is like 2 weeks away. Get over it. Just stop. Let Jalen play.
Also, Minshew may be the third string now, but you know who also was the third string quarterback coming in back in 2017?
Who?
Nick Foles. I'm saying.
Big bleep Nick.
Yep.
Are y'all done? Especially you, Christopher. This is
I
ridiculous.
can be done.
Oh, my gosh. So, did y'all see the reports that Indianapolis came out basically agreeing of what Philadelphia has been saying about Carson Wentz the entire time about how he's a selfish guy, selfish player, not a good teammate, and they have no clue his availability week to week because he's always hurt?
Well, he was on track to play week 1. He's now just on the COVID list because he's unvaccinated. So,
Yeah.
but listen, as regards to the COVID thing, I'm like, listen, in the end, the quote unquote your choice. I'm like, yeah, it's your choice, but it's also the NFL's choice to lay down these guidelines. And if you don't want to abide by these guidelines, these are the consequences.
Yeah.
Freedom of choice doesn't mean freedom of consequences.
That's true.
So
Facts.
do I feel bad when like people get COVID and they eventually end up passing away? Yes, I do. But if you're not doing like preventive measures in order for that to happen, I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah. I think people were just more concerned about that that draft pick that can become a first round. At this point, I'm just going to have in my mind it's going to be a second because I'm tired of even thinking about Carson Wentz. He's no longer on this team. He's no longer here in Philadelphia. I don't even want to hear his name mentioned again. So at this point, in my mind, it's a second round pick. That's just what's going to be. And if something else changes it, by all means, I'll accept what it is. But it's a second round pick. I don't want to hear Carson Wentz's name again.
Right. I mean,
He doesn't play for our team. He does not play. He no longer plays for the Philadelphia 70s. I was going to say
Philadelphia
76ers.
70 Eagles.
Oh my God.
The Philadelphia 70
okay, Mark?
Eagles. Marcus is feeling the heat. He's hot.
I'm hot.
But yeah, so
Turn
back
the
to
fan down, man.
back to the Eagles. So the Eagles have coming out of this preseason with like a seemingly healthy roster. Everyone's pretty much healthy. We got some people coming back. We got O-line, Lane Johnson coming back from injury. Brandon Brooks, Andre Dillard coming back. Jordan, I don't know how to say his last name. Mailata. Okay, took some reps at left tackle. He's looking good. Zach Ertz is back. Isaac Samuels.
Isaac Seumalo.
Oh, yes. I'm sorry. Sam Amala. You're right. I'm sorry. I didn't read that right. He's rebounded from an early knee injury early in camp. So he's healthy. And then Jason Kelsey's back at center. And then Derek Barnett is back too. So, our O-line is looking pretty solid. And that was our biggest issue with Carson is the O-line was trash and we had all these injuries and all this stuff going on. So now it's like the O-line seems to be healthy and people who are on the O-line are people that are seasoned with us. So it's like, I feel like that's a positive for Jalen, especially with the way he plays and, him kind of being new to the game, having a veteran, strong O-line, healthy O-line, I think is going to be crucial for this season. So I'm happy to see that in terms of like where we're at right now and just kind of like the guesstimate of it all. Cause it's like, listen, all we can do is just watch and watch and see. That's all we can do. But at least we can just see that, if we got health, then that's something on our pro side.
Jalen Hurts is going to shock the world.
I believe in Jalen Hurts. I think Jalen Hurts from
Define
what
shock the world.
Yeah, what do you mean?
And Hurts we trust. I think he's going to have a great season.
And from what I'm hearing of Jalen, he seems to be. Here's the thing. Obviously, he's a talented person. He's qualified, in terms of, being a quarterback in this league. But what is something that everyone might have? Talent, right? But what is something that other people might lack? The other things, leadership, you know what I mean? Being able to, get a group of guys together and lead a team. Mm-hmm. And I feel like Jalen is already showing attributes of having leadership, of having unity, of trying to be someone who leads by example.
Yep.
And that's not something that every quarterback in this league can say they have. Yeah, Jalen is, we don't know where his skills, like, is he going to be able to throw in the pocket? Is he going to be able to this, that, and third? All these things that people are concerned about. And that those are valid concerns. But again, we have to just watch this man do what he's going to do.
He's going to be great.
Right. But what we see of him so far, I like it. Because it's about culture too. It's not just like we talk about sports and the culture. It always combined. That's what it's about on the Eagles too. We've seen what it's like when you have a mess, like when your house is in a mess. You see what happens with the team. So you need to have like your head of house together.
I agree.
So I think Jalen has that positive on his side, regardless of whatever people got to say. We got to just watch this man work, because you can say whatever you want, but he hasn't had the chance.
Yeah, and the fact that and this is the thing too. Why I'm just so confused when it comes to Jalen Hurts, because my man came from a school that is it's just an NFL factory. Everyone praises Mac Jones, but Jalen Hurts was better than Mac Jones in college. But come on, it's like what are people really stressed about? I think it's the fact of maybe how much we gave away to get Carson Wentz. Maybe don't get me wrong, Carson Wentz 2017 was a monster. He was great. But we gotta let that go. Like that's just so in the past. Like I get it, people are hurt about that, but let's give Hurts a chance. Like at this point, got to give him a chance. I don't want Deshaun Watson here at all. Thank God he actually declined his no trade clause to come to Philadelphia, because if that would have went through, I wasn't watching no games this year.
You would have boycotted the Eagles?
Yeah, I would not watch any Eagles game this year.
Okay.
I would just let y'all talk. I would not be fooling the Eagles at all.
Who cares about Deshaun Watson?
Mark draws the line, man.
I'm just saying.
Mark
seriously. Deshaun Watson was the landmine. I didn't want him either.
Yeah.
No, me neither.
But you know what? We got Gardner Minshew, and we're going to be okay.
Oh, it fails. Garner's here.
And we
got the best quarterback from the AFC South. It's all good.
And it's crazy. We basically flipped Matt Pryor into him.
Yeah.
Because with that pick that we used to get him or whatever, Matt went with Matt Pryor.
We made trash into gold because we were gonna just.
I wouldn't call it gold.
I mean, I'm saying like we were gonna waive them and get nothing. You know what I mean?
Exactly,
so we got something for nothing, really.
Yeah.
We were gonna just waive them.
So shouts out to Howie for that. So
wow, look at that.
Is Howie the guy again?
No.
But
I mean, that was a good. That was solid. Like that was a solid, little move.
You don't get credit for putting out a fire you started.
Sheesh, I get it. So this was just tweeted by Jason Dumas. He says, sources, there's a high chance that Tyrese Maxey will be a part of any Ben Simmons trade. Rich Paul would like both of his clients out of Philadelphia.
They're gonna love Sacramento.
Man, that's the way it's looking. That's wild. Now how y'all feel about that? Because everyone's like, whoa, Maxey, but this time he's also represented by Rich Paul. And so does this mean we're getting Dame for sure?
Okay, here's the thing. I know what Ben Simmons wants. I know what Rich Paul wants. But what does Tyrese Maxey want? Does Tyrese Maxey wants to stay here in Philadelphia, or does he?
Right. Because Rich Paul, what are you, like the dictator? Like, yeah, man, you're leaving out.
Ben's no, because there's the thing. I have no problem shifting on Ben Simmons to the highest bidder at this point. I don't even care if it's Dame anymore.
Sheesh. And then also,
and I broke my promise saying I would not talk about Sixers anymore until October training camp. There.
Oh well, you have to. This is the only thing buzzing right now, especially in the NBA and social media in general. And then Jason Dumas he also tweeted, a few local Philadelphia-based organizations had planned on partnering with Maxey on some community events. They were told to cancel those plans. Paul would not like Maxey to grow roots in Philadelphia if he's gone. So That's crazy.
So Rich Paul is just gonna, but here's the thing, maybe Maxey's just kind of like, yo, I'm young, I'm new in this league. I just kind of want to go where I feel like it's gonna be a good thing for me. And if my manager thinks it's a better move, then maybe I'll just go. Maybe he just, maybe he likes the Sixers. But if Rich Paul, who's like, got this clout now because he's the manager of the Stars, maybe he just feels like, all right, well, if Rich thinks it's cool, then I'm cool.
I think it's a situation where Rich Paul might not like how Ben was done.
What that got to do with Maxey?
That's his client.
I know, but still, like, you can't. I understand that's this client, but at the same time, you can't judge how someone treats you off how someone treats someone else. Like, yeah, you can take that as a heed, the warning. Like, they might treat you like that, but individually, people treat people different.
All I'm saying is this: no one has a problem with Maxey at all. If
Maxey,
anything, Sixers fans and the Sixers organization clamor a rookie for how well he performed in the playoffs, especially in that Game 6 against Atlanta.
Yeah, Maxey's the guy, but it doesn't shock me because I remember a lot of people were questioning sources and whatnot because it's like a source is like, oh, Ben has no communication with the Sixers. Then it's like Maxey's like, oh, well, I talked to Ben the other day, but it's like that's Maxey, not the Sixers front office. That's like two different things. So people are like, well, see, he is talking to the Sixers.
Yeah, I mean,
it's not what that means.
One thing is that you can still not talk to your job. You can still talk to somebody.
Your coworkers, right? Yeah. And then again, because he's under the same management as, Ben, maybe they're just kind of like, management bros. Like, yeah, man, we got the same manager, vibes.
Both of their workout videos are from the same place. They have the same trainer as well.
I saw that.
Yeah, so maybe they are very, very close, but I don't see why Maxey would want to leave. He's already way more mentally more tough than Ben. I love Maxey. I'd be great, but I mean, if we're going to get Dame in return, then like I've always said, see ya, wish you the best. But now at this point, it's either a situation where if Dame finally says something, or the Sixers just got to take the best. I mean, not even the best, like whatever they can get from Ben at this point.
Dame is playing this really close to the vest. He keeps saying, and everything I see of him, he's always like, yeah, I got to see what they build around me here at Portland. Let's see what we can go from there. Like, he's just seeming to me that he's trying to let people know that, like, yo, y'all got all the speculation, but I'm leaning towards the home team. That's how he's kind of seeming to me. But then maybe he's playing it coy or like playing it.
It's more like he's walking on eggshells.
It is. He's definitely walking on eggshells, but he's saying more than he's ever said before. Before it's I'm Portland. I don't need a super team. That's what he was always saying.
Hey, listen,
it don't sound like that no more.
Hey, listen, Joel Embiid and Tobias Harris is not a super team. If you join here,
no,
it's just you can finally get out of you can finally go to the NBA Finals if you get here.
Yeah, that's true. So I mean, now let's just say hypothetically, right? Because at this point, the Sixers have only been waiting for Dame. They've only been waiting for Dame or Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal's going to stay. We don't know why, but that's who they've been waiting for.
Money.
Do you actually call Portland back and be like, yo, what's up with CJ since Dame has said nothing yet?
No.
No.
I'm still not calling CJ. I'm still not.
Why?
Why?
Who else you going to call?
Okay, well, so if it says CJ over Buddy Hield, I'm going to take CJ over Buddy Hield, but just CJ over... just at random, no.
It's not at random anymore.
Are we just giving up Ben Simmons or
probably?
Okay.
No, I mean, so you saying CJ for Ben?
I'm not saying it. I'm saying if Dame doesn't make a move and the Sixers are forced to trade Ben, which they are now 100% forced to trade Ben. Do you at least call Portland back like, yo, how about McCollum?
No.
He has to trade. There's no more waiting. He's not coming back. It's trained like no. He has to go now.
I've literally said this. I said at this point, the Sixers and the Sixers fans need to understand at this point, you can't expect to get a better player than Ben Simmons. You just need to get a compliment around Embiid. Now we have our 6:00 call with Jeff. Hey Jeff, what's going on?
Hey, what's happening, y'all?
What's up, Jeff?
Hey, Jeff.
Oh, not much, man. Just it's the first day of school here in Philadelphia. Traffic's been crazy. My coworkers we're running a little late. How's everything down in Texas?
Oh man, hot. But otherwise, not too bad. Things are. What a crazy day in the NFL is. It's cut down day and all kinds of rumors and stuff flying around. None of these rosters are set to what they're going to be, but It's a lot of fun, and the NFL is always a talking sport.
Yeah. Oh yeah. By the way, I went to Houston a few weeks ago, dog. I love it down there. I might make a move down there.
Dude, it goes hard. Houston goes hard. They know how to party down there. It's a fun place.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, well, speaking of like these roster cuts, we talked about a little bit about Cam Newton, being probably one of the bigger roster cuts. But outside of that, like what other roster cuts did you see so far that have happened that like what had you scratching your head?
Well, what I would say is, first of all, let's just start with Cam, which, look, the Patriots have never been shy about pulling the trigger, right? I mean, we saw, back in the day, they went with a pretty unproven Tom Brady and jettisoned Drew Bledsoe to a division rival, no less. So, I mean, they're not afraid to make that move. Now, and honestly, I think at this stage in his career, Cam's not the same Cam that we all remember, and we all knew that. And so I'm not terribly surprised by it. I mean, a little bit, just throwing it to the rookie and Mac Jones. But look, Cam's going to catch on somewhere. A guy like that with that kind of backup, like I said, I think Dallas could be kicking the tires on somebody like that. I think, my Jets obviously need a backup. Cam's going to find a place to play. And honestly, I think that Cam never thought that he would get cut. He never thought the Patriots would do this move. And, because you heard about the COVID stuff and the vax stuff and all of that mess, right? Mm-hmm. And I think he never thought that would happen until it happened. And now, I would not be shocked if Cam was like, yeah, look, I went and got vaccinated. Go figure.
Yeah. Hey, so.
I was going to say, as far as the rest of the league goes, not a ton of surprises. There's a couple of little things you've seen, several of the beat writers kind of freaking out because what they're doing is, and when you see like those 53-man projections and all the stuff that, every team's putting out, the Athletic was pumping out a bunch of those. They're looking at a final roster, a final roster that's filled out, that's going to have everybody they need. What you're looking at right now is a lot of these teams, they're cutting down to the bone at certain positions, knowing that they're going to add some guys back, or they'll try to get some guys through waivers and add them to the practice squad. I mean, you saw the Jets, they cut the tight end Kenny Yeboah, who had a great game in his last preseason game. People were kind of surprised, but they were like, well, you got Croft, you keep Herndon, everything's fine. And then they go and trade Herndon to the Vikings. And so then everybody's like, wait, well, what are you doing? Well, again, I fully expect some moves. More moves will be made. More trades will be made. Your Eagles just made a trade with the Colts, getting back that 6th-round pick. Mm-hmm. You obviously saw the Gardner Minshew trade before that. These rosters are far from settled. We're going to see a whole lot of movement and swapping here in the next 24 to 48 hours.
Yeah. And speaking of like swapping players, so Deshaun Watson and the Miami Dolphin rumors have been brewing up again. So do you see like any potential trade scenario between the Texans and the Dolphins, or do you think Miami's just going to stand pat with Tua and Deshaun Watson might not play this year?
Okay. First of all, 90% of this story is hype. Like, just so you guys know, the way this story was reported wasn't Watson's about to get traded to Miami. The report of the story was Miami's the only team left in for Watson. Because basically there was 4 teams left. By the way, as you boys know, Philadelphia was one of them. Mm-hmm. It was Philly, it was Denver, it was Carolina, and it was Miami. Well, Watson himself said, I don't want to go to Denver and I don't want to go to Philly. So that took them off the table. It wasn't that Philly didn't want Watson, it's that Watson didn't want Philly. And then they make the deal for Gardner Minshew to shore it up, right? Mm-hmm. I think Denver still wants Watson, but they ain't going to get him. So then it came down to Carolina and Miami, and Carolina basically said, nah, we're good. And so it's Miami. So the story comes out of Houston or out of Watson's people that says, hey, Miami's the last choice. Let's make something happen here. Something's imminent. No, it wasn't. Because there's 3 complicating factors to the Watson deal. Number 1, Watson has a no-trade clause, so he gets to pick his team, which obviously he has eliminated down to the Miami Dolphins. Number 2, the Texans have 0 motivation to trade Watson unless they get back what they want, which obviously the reports are still 3 1s and 2 2s. Maybe it's something lesser than that, but there's a lot of talk about, look, they're trying to reset their franchise. They're basically burning it all the way to the ground. And if you're going to have this asset, you've got to get something for him, which is what the old regime of Houston is why they're in this mess, because they traded, DeAndre Hopkins for a broken down running back. So, of course, however, on the Miami side, why would you pay 3 1s and 2 2s for Watson? 1, you don't know he's going to play, and 2, you're the only team bidding. So why would you bid against yourself? Now, from the reports I have from my Miami insiders, this is all driven from Stephen Ross, the owner. This is the GM doesn't really want him and Chris Greer. The coach really doesn't want him. They want to stick with Tua and see what they have. But this is top down. The owner wants Watson. And as you guys know, sometimes the owner gets what he wants, even when the staff doesn't necessarily want that.
Yeah.
And so that's exactly what's happening here. This is Stephen Ross saying, make this deal happen, and the Dolphins basically dragging their feet trying to not make it happen. And, of course, Houston keeping their price high, and Watson being able to, basically screw the deal up in any other way, plus all the off-the-field stuff, which we didn't even talk about in all of that. Like, it is a disaster. And honestly, I think at the end of the day,